From the John C. Hinch Production Art Studios, it's Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Ricky Hendon and Melody Mercado. The latest news with Danielle Hemsky and Aaron Morden. Sports with Katrina Baumgartner and reporter Katie Crowley. Jalen Cook brings us State of the Arts. Kyle Peck reviews the movies in Get Real. Taylor Hurnett takes us about town. Chardonnay Mason reviews what's good in Let's Eat. Anna Tassi reviews the music scene in On the Beat. Jackie Myers is in the spotlight with current celebs. Emma Heth goes out with the street team. And Jenna Amico takes us backstage with About Crew. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine, your hosts Ricky Hendon and Melody Mercado. Take it away, kids.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our very last episode of Midstate Magazine. Once again, I'm your host, Ricky Hendon.
And I am Melody Mercado, and welcome to the last show of the semester.
So crazy, Melody. We're finally here.
Finally made it. Everyone's going through finals. Congrats to everyone who's graduating. But we're just going to let you know the format of the show is going to be a little bit different. We're going to have our new news segment like we always do.
Absolutely.
But all the other segments throughout the show are going to be producers' favorites. So you're going to see, some reruns of old things that we've done. But we feel like these ones have really hit the notch this semester. So we wanted to share them again with you.
And I'm really excited to see some of our favorite clips. There's some that have been just unbelievable and chosen by our producers, so we will have to jump into that. But this is weird that we're finally here. I've been with Midstate for 2 years now, so it's just unbelievable to just see it finally kind of come to an end. But I'm glad that I've been able to host it with you.
Oh, thank you. High five for that.
Yes. It's been a great time. It's been a great ride. The show's just been unbelievable. So
good experiences with good people.
Oh, yeah, all around. Everyone who works here is just fantastic, and I've just loved every second of it. So.
Good. So now it's time to check in with the news team.
Good evening, and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Aaron Morden.
And I'm Danielle Hayimski. Let's take a look at the news.
Conflicting reports about a police chase in Baltimore have been issued from Fox News on Monday. The initial report from a news crew on the scene said that a man had been shot while being chased by the police. However, authorities later said a gun had gone off after being dropped by a fleeing man. No one was shot, but an unidentified man had been seen on a security camera carrying a gun.
A study of nearly 2,000 children in Quebec over a 12-year period found that as many as a third of the children who had early childhood sleep terrors became sleepwalkers later. A pediatrician with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta said this new knowledge can help warn parents to lock their doors and prevent them from wandering out of the house, since they are more aware the child may be likely to become a sleepwalker. Pediatricians are also saying make sure children are not tired, stressed, or overscheduled can also help prevent sleepwalking.
A study published in Environmental Science and Policy suggests that U.S. coastal communities can be more resilient to storms, flooding, and other threats when they're protected by natural infrastructures such as marshes, reefs, and beaches. This natural infrastructure includes hybrid approaches such as a living shoreline, a combination of natural habitat and built infrastructure.
A trial was held for a Broomfield man who was allegedly under the influence of several drugs that led to a crash, killing a former Peoria police officer. In his recent testimony on Monday, his attorney argued that he was not impaired despite hospital evidence in blood and urine samples taken after the crash at OSF Medical Center proving otherwise. The attorney told the judge the defendant had prescriptions for 2 of the drugs, which impaired his judgment.
A series of vandalisms happened in Peoria over the weekend, causing damage to 7 cars and a home near the riverfront. Police said 4 incidents involved spray paint with a green line, seen as a possible pattern on the windows of the cars and the back of the house. Police said they have no suspects in any of the incidents, but will continue to investigate further. The incidents occurred between 5 p.m. Friday and 1 p.m. Saturday.
An East Peoria man is developing a disc golf course on nearly 9 acres near Creve Coeur at the community center. Robert Stass, a member of the Peoria Frisbee Golf Club, said he has been playing the sport for about 20 years. The Creve Coeur Village Board's decision to create the 9-basket course was unanimous, saying they want children to have more places to go out and do an activity as opposed to staying home and playing video games. The Village Board is contributing about half of the $4,000 needed for the project. Now let's go to Katrina for sports.
Thanks, Danielle. A pound-for-pound king Floyd Mayweather is up for a rematch with Manny Pacquiao next year. So too is Pacquiao. Top-ranked promoter Bob Arum told ESPN.com on Tuesday. Mayweather, who outpointed Pacquiao on Saturday night at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas in the richest fight in boxing history and one of the most anticipated, albeit one devoid of action or drama, told ESPN's Stephen A. Smith in a text message on Tuesday that he would be open to a rematch with Pacquiao after the Filipino legend recovers from shoulder surgery to repair what his surgeon, Dr. Neil Elatrache, told ESPN.com was a significant tear in his right rotator cuff. Junior men's golfer Lyle Burns has been named the Bradley Country Financial Scholar Athlete of the Week after he tied for 8th at last week's Missouri Valley Conference Championship. Burns placed in the top 10 of an event for the 3rd time in 4 outings and earned his 5th top 10 finish of the year to tie for the team lead. His final round 3 over 75 at the MVC Championship moved him into a tie for 8th in the individual standings at 222. Burns finished the year with a team best 74.52 stroke average for the 4th lowest season average in school history and best since Andy Mickelson had a school record 73.28 average in 2002 to 2003. Fresh after a youthful lineup helped springboard the Braves to their best season in decades, Bradley added to its youth movement Tuesday with the announcement Minnesota prep star Malini Wajan-Singh has signed a national letter of intent to attend Bradley University and play tennis for the Braves in 2015 to 2016. Wajan-Singh told the Apple Valley High School varsity girls tennis team as an 8th grader and moved into the #1 singles position as a freshman. She advanced to the Minnesota 2A state tournament during each of her final 2 seasons, including a run to the quarterfinals last fall to complete a 26-1 season. On the junior tennis circuit, Wajan-Singh is a 3-star recruit who has been ranked as high as 243rd nationally this spring by tennisrecruiting.net. Boasting a 32-13 record to date, she is ranked 10th in the Plains region and 4th in the state of Minnesota. That's all for sports. Back to you, Danielle.
Thanks, Katrina. Microsoft created a website named HowOld.net that tells people how old they look just by analyzing a photo of them. This machine learning experiment has gone viral on social networking sites and has been commented on by celebrities, including the president and his wife. The experiment is part of a new initiative called Project Oxford. Microsoft says you could use this fact detection technology for tasks like sorting through a large photo collection.
Well, it seems, depending on the picture you show, you could be anywhere from 21 to 55, so be careful.
That's ridiculous.
Well, that's all for news for the week. I'm Katrina Baumgartner.
I'm Aaron Morden.
And I'm Danielle Hayimski. Have a great night, and be sure to join us next year.
Thanks, news team.
So, Melody, there was a big fight that happened last Saturday. And you got to watch it, is what you said.
Yes,
right?
I did get to watch it. I'm really bad at pronouncing their names, so Pacquiao.
I got it. Mayweather and Pacquiao is what we're talking about, people. The big fight. Obviously, it's been some time since then, but they are scheduled, or they're trying to set up a rematch for the big fight.
Yes, I really want to watch that just because I feel like the outcome of the match was really unfair, and then there's been pictures that have surfaced about the scorecards, and it's just like, this is really sketch. How can you come to a unanimous decision that Mayweather won when you see the points next to each other and
it just doesn't add up.
It just doesn't add up. He wasn't, like, points-wise, he didn't win. So maybe I just don't know the rules of boxing, but I just don't understand how that adds up. That's pretty sketchy to me.
Yeah, I feel like this was kind of a new thing for a lot of people. Like, so many people didn't watch it, but they just came together for this huge mega event because it made so much money. I heard they made like $500 million off of the fight, which is just unbelievably ridiculous. But now let's see where they took us this week on, or back in the day, on About Town.
With temperatures still dropping below freezing, you may be looking for the next indoor date night activity or simply want to try something new. Either way, Wheel Art Pottery Studio is the best place for you to express your creative side.
Starting in 2010, we opened up as a membership-based program in ceramics, kind of like a gym membership. And you basically pay a monthly fee for access to the facilities and then pay us to fire, and people usually buy clay from us too.
Although the studio began as a membership experience, it has since expanded and now includes great ways for students to get involved.
For Bradley students, the first Fridays, I would say, is definitely the best kind of introduction to our studio. We offer a 30-minute experience for $5, and it's really down and dirty. There's a little bit of instruction, but basically myself and another person are running between all 10 wheels and helping everybody make a pot. And so we also have music, we have food, we have drink. When it's warm outside, we get ice cream carts to come down. We've gotten in touch with some hula hoop performers and some fire performers that hang out on the riverfront over the summer on Wednesday nights and do poi spinning of fire and other things, so we've gotten them to come down. But what other artistic students might like are open studio Saturdays, where they can come in for just pay for their time. It's like $10 per hour just to come and work in the studio and hang out in the studio. And then as far as paying for their clay, they only pay for what they actually keep. So if they come and try to throw pots for an hour and they don't make anything, then they only have to pay for their time rather than the clay too.
Jacob's passion for art drives him to create a memorable experience for his customers. As our interview concluded, he left us with these words of wisdom.
I'm not getting rich doing this, but I enjoy doing it. I can't see myself doing really anything else. And I really like the focus of what art is about when I work with people in the community. It's not about that finished product, it's about what it does for people's lives.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Taylor Hurnett.
Thanks, Taylor. You know, Melody, I remember this segment specifically just because it was so ridiculously relaxing. Like, his voice is just so, like, yeah, and then the pottery, and it's so cool. And
Well, not even, well, also that, but just because of, like, sitting there and to be able to make your own, like, piece of art that's so hands-on. I mean, you can, like, paint and draw, but nothing is really as close to, like, getting your hands into something and, like, molding it, and then, like, you get to paint it, and then you got to put it in, I know they have to bake it in, like, a specific oven. So then coming out and realizing that, wow, I made this from start to finish, literally every single aspect about it, you created.
Oh, I totally agree. And what would you make?
You know, I don't really know because I have no skill whatsoever in that type of, you know, art department.
Likewise.
But I've seen, you know, the art department here at Bradley has a ceramic sale, and they have all these beautiful, like, vases and cups and mugs and bowls that people created. You know what I'd probably make?
Just a giant bowl for all the food that I want to eat from like Let's Eat or wherever.
That's true, that's true.
Big bowl of cereal.
So now let's check out an episode of Get Real.
Good evening and welcome to Get Real. I'm Kyle Peck. As the snow slowly subsides for spring to arrive, it's time to put on those running shoes. This week we look at Walt Disney Pictures' new sports drama film based on a true story, McFarland, USA.
Coached cross country before? No. Track? No. But you ran? Competed in high school, maybe? No. Well, you sound perfect.
The film stars Kevin Costner as Jim White, a coach at McFarland High School in McFarland, California. He decides to take on cross country and transform a team of predominantly Mexican-American athletes into championship contenders. Its pacing and beats in the film predetermines the sports drama formula that Disney usually runs. Regardless, the film captures the sensitivity and heart of a complicated reality.
You're thrilled that this could actually happen in America and happen in this small town. And so McFarland represents that small town, and Jim White represents the difference an individual can make.
In addition, Kevin Costner manages a solid performance by being the focus on and off the playing field, even when being irritable.
So the lowest score wins?
That's right. It's like golf.
You think we play golf?
We don't got a country club. We don't even got a Kmart.
But that guy plays golf.
The film's presentation is overall average and a safe version of Disney's previous sports drama films. Despite this, McFarland USA runs a feel-good movie that is earned by the story's charm, realistic approach, and Kevin Costner's rather effective character arc. The film is given 3 out of 5 stars. That's it for Get Real. I'm Kyle Peck.
Thanks, Kyle. Okay, that is my favorite segment because I'm so
Wait,
obsessed
your
with.
favorite segment for the entire season?
Yeah, of Get Real.
Really?
Yeah. I just like this movie. I'm obsessed with this movie, and you know, I'm ashamed to admit I haven't even watched it yet.
What?
But I just
As
like,
much as you talked it up for the people
yeah,
when it first came out,
very
you haven't
sad.
watched it? Come
So
on.
I just get busy sometimes. I don't get to enjoy the things I would like. But
No, yeah.
as soon as this semester is done and I have free times on my hands, that's one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to watch that movie.
You mean as soon as we leave the studio?
As soon as we leave the studio, I'm going to go watch McFarlane.
Good.
Because everyone knows I love to run. I'm a running nerd. And just like a feel-good movie, who doesn't want to watch a feel-good movie?
Because I recommend it. It's great. Actually, I haven't seen it either, but I'm going to. But right now, it's time to check out our episode of Street Team.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. What is this, you ask? It's my goatee. There's a rumor going around that every time you ask someone what a goatee is, they'll touch their face. I want to see if this rumor's true. Just a second. Let me finish shaving. Let's try this out on this week's edition of the Street Team. I'm Mama Heth. Let's get started. Okay, what's your name?
Kyle.
And what's a goatee?
What's a goatee? It's like when you shave your beard like this.
What's your name?
Amy Saberi.
And do you know what a goatee is?
Yeah, it's like a beard thing.
What are your guys' names?
Rachel. I'm Alex.
And do you guys know what a goatee is?
Isn't it a beard? Yeah, it's a beard. Like on your face, like here.
And what is a goatee?
A goatee?
Yes.
A goatee, what I usually is like facial hair.
Or like a goatee, like a shirt, like. That's a day goatee.
Oh. And what's a goatee?
A goatee is a beard and a mustache connected.
What's your name?
Jasmine.
And what's a goatee?
I have no idea.
What's your name?
Nick.
And what's a goatee?
A goatee is a type of beard that goes just along the mouth right here.
Like that's a goatee, you know?
Uh-huh.
Goatee. What's a goatee?
I'm sorry?
What is a goatee?
I mean, I want to know how to explain it, but is a specific style of facial hair. Is this a joke?
This has been Street Team. From Midstate Magazine, I'm Emma Heth. See you later.
You know, I don't know if all that talk about touching your face when talking about goatees is real or anything.
I don't know either.
No?
No.
Not exactly sure?
I think I don't know. I feel like she made that up.
Yeah, who would do that?
I don't know.
I really love that segment, and that one stands out to me too, just because it's so weird, but it's so goofy just to think about how like that triggers like things in your brain to make you actually like want to touch your face or.
I mean, like, how else would you better describe a goatee? Like, if I stand here and I'm like, a goatee is hair on your face. But if I go, a goatee is this hair on your face, you know what I'm talking about.
Right around
right here, this area.
I love them, and she always shows the most fun segments with, you know, Street
And she
TV.
has the perfect personality for it, too.
Absolutely.
But let's see which episode they chose for State of the Arts.
Good evening and welcome to State of the Arts. I'm Jalen Cook. We have 2 returning guests tonight, the acoustic duo Mike and Carrie. They have played it all over Peoria at numerous events and weddings. Mike, Carrie, welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
How are you
Thanks.
two tonight?
We are doing great, actually, yeah.
Awesome,
It's been
awesome.
a good day.
That's great. Well, what are you guys going to be sharing with us tonight?
Well, today we're going to do 2 songs for you. It's an acoustic song, obviously, because we are an acoustic duo. The first one is going to be a Sugarland song called Stuck Like Glue, which is nice since we are a married couple, so it kind of is fitting.
Right.
And then the second one we're going to do is Hey Ho by the Lumineers.
Okay. How long have you two been performing together for?
We have been performing about 8 years together, 8 or 9 years, I think.
Okay.
Yep, we started in 2006, and the show has evolved and grown, and so have we. It's just been a good time.
Awesome. Well, the stage is yours, so when you two are ready, take it away.
Great.
Absolutely no one knows me, I'm better. No one that can make me feel so good. How do we stay so long together when everybody said we never would? Just when I start to make things right, love has died. They go making my heart beat again, heart beat again, heart beat again. They go making me feel like a kid. Won't you do it one time? They go pulling me right back in, right back in, right back in. And I know I'm gonna let you go, 'cause I'm stuck on you. Whoa, stuck like glue. You and me, baby, we're stuck like glue. Yeah, whoa, stuck like glue. You and me, baby, we're stuck like glue. Sometimes I don't feel like trying. Sometimes, I wanna give up. Well, it doesn't matter who's right. Fight about it all night. I ain't enough, but you give me that look. I'm sorry, baby, let's make up. Do that thing that makes me laugh. And just like that, they go making my heart beat again, heart beat again, heart beat again. They go making me feel like a kid. Won't you do it one time? They go pulling me right back in, right back in, right back in. And I know I'm gonna let you go, 'cause I'm stuck on you. Whoa, stuck like glue. You and me, baby, we're stuck like glue. Yeah, whoa, stuck like glue. You and me, baby, we're stuck like glue. Whoa, you almost say that you stuck together from the ATL. Whoa, I'm feeling kinda sick. Or just a spoonful of sugar, make it better real quick. I said, whoa, what you gonna do with that? Whoa, coming over here with that sugar, sticky, sweet stuff. Come on, give me that stuff. Everybody wants some melodies that get stuck up in your head. Whoa, 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 stuck like glue. 'Cause you and me together said it's all I wanna do. It's a thing, making my heart beat again, heart beat again, heart beat again. Then you go making me feel like a kid. Won't you do it one time? There you go, pulling me right back in, right back in, right back in. And I know gonna let you go, 'cause I'm stuck on you. Whoa, stuck like glue. You and me, baby, we're stuck like glue. Yeah, whoa, stuck like glue. You and me, baby, we're stuck like glue. Whoa, stuck like glue. You and me, baby, we're stuck like glue.
Awesome. Well, that was great, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Well, that's all we've got for State of the Arts. Tune in next week to hear more talent from the Peoria area. For State of the Arts, I'm Jalen Cook.
Thank you, Jalen.
So we were told that we got cut away to another dance party that we're having in here.
Yeah, we like to live it up sometimes, and dancing is part of that.
Yeah, well, the music's good. Like they were awesome.
Yeah, and
So fun.
I mentioned last time that they should be a couple or married.
Right.
And they are, in fact, married, which is fantastic because they are very cute together.
And if they hadn't been, we would have had to send them angry email
Fan
you all
mail.
are way too cute together and amazing to not be
I would have sent like an angry fan mail email, and they probably would have gotten like a restraining order or something, because that's kind of creepy. But
but I get it is great to like have someone like that in your life that you have so much in common with. So
for sure.
But now let's see where they took us on About Crew.
The director has the most demanding position on the crew, but Midstate's Molly Horst is more than up to the challenge.
Create a fade and zoom into camera 2 with both mics and CG. Fade, zoom, mics, cue.
I am the director for Midstate. I'm also a producer for Get Real. Directing, it's a lot of pre-production stuff. I look at the scripts and I make sure that all my commands are in there so that I know what to say when it comes time to actually record.
Being director, Molly has to make sure that all of the other positions are working together in unison.
Can you have Aaron move over onto his mark?
Chat with Brooke, who's the technical director, and make sure that we're both good and she knows what we're doing, and I check in with everybody else in master and audio and on the floor and make sure we're all on the same page, and then we do the show.
There's a lot of pressure on the director, but for Molly, that's the best part of the job.
My favorite part, I think, is the adrenaline rush. Everything happens so fast. If I were to make one wrong call, that's on me. I just kind of do it and I have fun. And then after, it's just like a sense of accomplishment because we created a TV show.
And Molly hopes the experience she gains now will transfer into a career.
I picked directing because it's one of the most challenging positions. I'm training to direct right now at WEK, one of the local stations here in Peoria, and so I'm kind of taking what I'm learning here and transferring it over there.
Have a great night, and be sure to join us next week. Hey, Black Sounds out.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Jenna Amico.
Thanks, Jenna. It's always great to find out about all the wonderful crew who work behind the scenes here at Midstate, because you really don't get to see them too often. They do a fantastic job making sure everything runs smooth and that we get in and out of here on time.
It's true. I mean, you see us and really all we do is, we sit and we have wonderful conversations and we point you to the next segment, but
they have all the real talent.
They have all.
We don't do anything. We just sit here and talk. We're just terrible
Talk
people.
your ear off.
They're the ones that are good at
things.
everything. But yeah, I love those segments because there's really so much that goes on behind the scenes here, and you just never know about it unless you kind of saw from that perspective. So
it's true. So it really gives you like a new perspective about the television industry. But now let's check out an episode of In the Spotlight.
I'm Jackie Myers, and this is In the Spotlight. Hearts are breaking everywhere with the sad news that after 5 years, Zayn Malik is leaving the band One Direction for good. This all comes after Zayn left the world tour to recover from stress. The disappointing news came in a statement from the band's official Facebook page. Zayn cited that the departure was due to the fact that he wants to be a normal 22-year-old who is able to relax and have some private time out of the spotlight. We wish Zayn and the rest of the band the best. Do you want to own some of the star of the Mindy Project's Mindy Kaling's clothes? Well, now you can. The Mindy Project team and Mindy herself have teamed up with eBay to auction off 3 of her outfits from the show. All the money in the auction goes to the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. Mindy lost her mother to the disease in 2012, which is why she is so excited to help support the network. The organization provides support for people with this devastating illness and their families. What a great way to give back. What do Dancing with the Stars dancer Cheryl Burke, singer Joe Jonas, and Pussycat doll Nicole Scherzinger all have in common? Well, they may all be on the new NBC show together. NBC has ordered 6-hour-long episodes of a new show called I Can Do That, which is a comedy variety series that will pin celebrities against each other while they perform skills they never even knew they had. This weekly competition is set to come out in the summer. The show I Can Do That was developed by a production company in Israel and is currently in production in more than 15 countries, including Italy, Brazil, Spain, Finland, and Mexico. We can't wait to watch. For In the Spotlight, I'm Jackie Myers.
Thanks, Jackie. So I'm still extremely heartbroken that Zayn left One Direction. I'm still a little salty too. But
So
it's fine.
sad. One Republic will never be the same without him.
It is totally One Direction, not One Republic.
And that is why I remember that segment, because I started singing that lately.
Yeah, and then I had to turn to you and be like, what are you doing? Why are you singing about One Republic when it's One Direction?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, that's confusing if you don't really know those two groups.
I mean, there are so many boy bands out there that, you know, like One Direction, and then you got like.
So they're like rivals? Do they like have singing battles?
No.
Or
It's just who makes the most
I feel like
money.
They should.
They should? What would you call that? Boy band battles?
One battle.
So
this is me. Sorry, let's see where Chardonnay took us this time on Let's Eat.
We're here at Peoria's very own Jalapenos, where they're known for authentic Mexican food, great margaritas, and a good time. So, let's eat. Jalapenos is located on University in the Metro Center. Established in 1999, it is the oldest Mexican restaurant in the Peoria area, and it's a family business.
This is my wife Nora and me. Won the Taste of Peoria 2 years in a row, a couple years ago, so that's really big for us. My daughter works here, my wife, my in-laws run the restaurant, and it's like a family. Everybody, even the guys that work here are like family to us. They've been working for us for a long time.
Jalapenos has lunch specials Monday through Friday, but most of all, they are known for their drink specials.
Our big days are Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. We do like half-price margaritas.
Besides great food and drink specials, they recently added a new feature that makes it unlike any other Mexican restaurant in town.
Tableside guacamole. This is only done in big cities like Chicago, LA, New York, so we decided to bring it to Peoria. What it is, it's a nice little cart. We walk to table, ask them if they want a tableside guacamole, and if they do, we crack the avocado open and make them a nice, fresh batch of guacamole. The only guys in town doing it, so we feel special about it.
This is so good. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of Let's Eat. Join us next week.
Oh my Lord, I would love to have some of that guacamole.
Oh my God,
it's so
yes.
good still.
I do have a confession. I've been there like 4 or 5 times already since
since we first saw that segment.
Since we first saw that segment. And I think my favorite thing that they have, I believe what it's called is the El Pastor tacos. And it's what they won.
Al Pastor.
It's what they won the Taste of Peoria with. And it's chicken. It's like a chicken taco with pineapple, and it has like the sweet but like very like really good twist to it. Oh my gosh, it is so good.
I have not
eaten
today, so this is putting me through a lot of pain hearing you describe this Al Pastor taco.
I mean,
it's really, really
tacos
rough.
is easily my favorite food, and guacamole.
Alrighty.
But let's check out an episode of On the Beat.
Hi, I'm Anna Tassi with On the Beat. After performing their latest single, Shots, at the Grammys, Imagine Dragons released their new album, Smoke and Mirrors, 2 weeks ago. This is their second studio album, which is self-produced. It was also inspired by their previous tours around the world. The band wanted to develop a new and intriguing sound for the album, so instead of having hip-hop influences from their first album, Smoke and Mirrors is more rock-driven. Each song has a different alternative beat and inspired lyrics that make the album unique and powerful. This album includes the singles Shots, Gold, and I Bet My Life. Their newest hit, Shots, was performed during a first-ever live commercial for Target. The ad promoted an exclusive edition of the album. The single, estimated to cost $8 million, skyrocketed to number 2 on the Billboard Trending 140. Imagine Dragons even released some bonus tracks on the album, including Thief, The Unknown, Second Chances, and Release. With their second album being released, Imagine Dragons did not let down their favorite fans. For On the Beat, I'm Anna Tassi.
Thanks, Anna. So I particularly don't really listen to Imagine Dragons, but I have heard like some of their more popular singles, and they have like a very nice sound to them.
Oh yeah, they got a very unique kind of sound. Like it's like an indie feel, but they're able to make it like mainstream just because they're so ridiculously good. And obviously they make a bunch of money. The $8 million that she was talking about. I feel like that we should make our own like duo group and like make $8 million ourselves, making some indie music.
I mean, I'm probably not talented for that type of music, but I feel like it's really cool because they're self-produced.
I think that we should still do this. I know you want to go back to the segment, but we should definitely get our own group started. I played piano when I was like, 9 or something, so we'll see.
Maybe. We'll talk about it later.
But anyway, let's check out another episode of About Town now.
It seems that children aren't the only ones that are allowed to play around with paint. At the Hive, located on the Peoria riverfront, Jody Takis, a Bradley alum, makes sure that everyone who enters leaves with a memorable experience.
Our classes vary, all ages, all abilities. We have had children in classes as young as 3, and people probably, I don't know if we've had any 90-year-olds or not, but probably pretty close to it. We do kids classes, we do birthday parties, bachelorette parties.
Jody is very passionate about nature and plans to improve the community by extending the curriculum in her classes.
One of my goals this year was to have a series, an ongoing series, not just for this year, it's just Paint for Health. When I opened up was to continue teaching about healthy living and taking care of the planet.
Ever since Jody was little, her family has inspired her and even shares some of the same interests.
I did art from the time I was a child, and really pretty much all of my family members are very creative in one way or another, whether it's with painting, with wood, with photography, music, so yeah.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Taylor Hurnett.
Thanks, Taylor. Melody, I still want to get that group together, but we will talk about that after the show. Moving on to this segment, though, that seems like a lot of fun. I really don't have any artistic ability in terms of like hand painting or anything like that, but do you?
I mean, I like to take photos and stuff, but I feel like when it comes to painting, a lot of people do that for like relaxation. So what are some things that you like to do that are calming and relaxing?
Well, sleep.
Sleep.
That's number one. That's my baby girl right there. Sleep, but I don't know, I meditate sometimes.
Really? That's interesting. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. I mean, I think it's the most relaxing thing you can possibly do because you're really just kind of tuning everything out. What about you?
I just really like to plug in my earbuds and go for a run. It's my favorite relaxation
Can't
activity.
beat that.
But now let's see another episode of Get Real.
Good evening, and welcome to Get Real. I'm Kyle Peck. 4 years ago, the following franchise that started in 2001 was rejuvenated to become a global phenomenon. But for others, it was a bittersweet goodbye. This week, it is my honor to review one of the most anticipated films of this year, Fast and Furious 7.
You thought this was going to be a street fight?
The film takes place after the events of Fast and Furious 6 and Tokyo Drift. Deckard Shaw, played by Jason Statham, seeks revenge against Dominic Toretto, played by Vin Diesel, and his family for Deckard's comatose brother.
You're damn right it is.
The fresh round of over-the-top thrills and bulky action sequences capture its clever and dynamic journey.
But increasing the emotional stakes is what will set this saga apart from any other movie.
The film also elegantly honors late actor Paul Walker, who plays Brian O'Connor at the heart of the Escapist series. His final on-screen role is both emotionally satisfying and heartbreaking. The heightened stakes, performances by the entire cast, direction by director James Wan, and the touching tribute to Paul Walker all make Fast and Furious 7 a great one last ride. I give the film 4 out of 5 stars. That's it for Get Real. I'm Kyle Peck.
Thanks, Kyle. I finally got the chance to see that movie and definitely cried. Many tears for the end, but it was worth watching.
Yeah, it's still very emotional for a lot of people. I mean, we mentioned it before, but Paul Walker really was a lot of people's favorite actor and just a well-loved guy within the community.
He really was. And I think it's amazing how they used technology because he had passed halfway throughout making the movie.
Right.
So they used his brother for the other half, and they CG'd Paul Walker's face onto his brother's face
way.
so that they could still have him in the rest of the movie.
That's kind of crazy. So essentially, we could just kind of have anyone doing any part of a movie now if you just CG their face on it.
I mean, I'm not
Kind
really
of.
sure the specifics, but maybe it's possible.
Okay. Well, now it's time to check in with Emma again on Street Team.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. This week for Street Team, we're doing boys versus girls. Boy, Emma, what are you doing here? I'm helping out this week. Bye. Well, I'm girl Emma Heth. Let's get started. What's your name?
Jennifer.
And do you know who the NBA MVP was for last year?
No.
Who's the Bears running back?
Oh, I don't know.
And do you know what a romper is?
A romper?
Yes.
I don't think so. I have a couple guesses.
What is a romper?
Oh, it's like a dress / short type of thing.
What are your guesses?
Like someone or something that romps a lot.
Okay, do you know the difference between a manicure and a pedicure?
A manicure's hands, pedicure's foot.
And if a car part needs to be replaced because your car is too loud, what part would need to be replaced?
The speakers.
And do you know who Gossip Girl ended up being?
Absolutely not, no.
That was like a good guess. The muffler. If your car's too loud?
I didn't know the song.
No. And do you know what foundation is?
It's type of makeup on your face.
What car part needs to be replaced if your car is too loud? And do you know what foundation is?
Like in the ground, like you build like a building, and then below is the foundation.
No, like the makeup. Who are the two leading actors in The Notebook?
Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling.
Okay. In football, is a cornerback offense or defense?
Offense?
Defense. And do you know who the two leading actors in The Notebook are?
Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams.
Who are the teams in the Final Four?
Not us.
True. Who is the Bears running back?
No.
Do you know who the two leading actors in The Notebook are?
No, I do not know.
And do you know who Gossip Girl ended up being?
It was Serena? No, who was it?
It was Dan.
Oh, man.
Boys won, boys rule, girls drool. From Midstate Magazine, I'm Emma Heth.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Thanks, Emma.
That is probably one of my favorite, like, just tiny, quick things that just happens on the show. Just Emma just being goofy Emma and just being like, oh, hello.
Hey, didn't see you there.
I don't know. But yeah, and that's just one of the things that just goes into the creativity when you're doing television. You got to find little things to just kind of differentiate yourself and just kind of make the whole segment just a little fun and unique. So
The hair flip is definitely working for her. And I feel like she has the perfect upbeat personality to just walk up to anyone and be like, so, what are your feelings? Or can you answer this question?
And I just like to come back to the fact that this segment officially proved that boys are better than girls with that win that we got right there.
No.
So yes. But now let's see where they take us or with our next episode of About Crew.
The audio team works hard throughout the whole show to make Midstate sound its best. A lot more goes into audio production than you think. Shayla and Brad both come in early to set up before the show begins.
He usually takes a lot of mics in and goes and sets all of those up. And then I stay in here, and once all those are set up, then I do the mic checks for the different news anchors.
Brad said that the hardest segment for audio control is State of the Arts.
We have to go set up the set and get all the microphones set up for whatever the talent is that week. We also have to check the levels, which can get tricky with State of the Arts because a lot of time there'll be a band with multiple instruments and voices.
Shayla said that audio is challenging because it requires constant attention during the show.
I think the most challenging part is when there's a lot going on and everyone's stressed out about their own position. So just making sure that like the right mics are up when there's like a lot of stuff going on.
Shayla and Brad have learned a lot from the experience's audio controllers.
I've completely learned how to do audio because I knew nothing when I started.
It helped me work better under pressure and that we're on top of our job and like every person's job is important and like ours is just as important.
Even though their job is challenging, Both Shayla and Brad feel accomplished by the end of the show.
You get a good feeling when you finish it and you didn't mess anything up and it all went smoothly, so I'd say that's my favorite part.
Because it is a lot of pressure when you're doing it, and it's kind of nerve-wracking and a little scary. But then once we roll the dead roll, which is the very last thing we do on Fridays, and then once we fade out all the sound, then we know like we did it, it's done, and it sounds good, and it's just kind of a good feeling.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Jenna Amico.
Thanks, Jenna. And that segment specifically, working in audio, I can say that it is easily one of the hardest positions to do, because if you mess that up and then you don't get us talking this whole time, like that could kind of ruin the whole show, really.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sound is everything.
Yeah, and then another thing about that segment, those two, it probably helps because they are a lovely, lovely couple, Brad and Shayla. I love them to death. They're really good friends of mine, but that always probably helps when you have someone that you know really well to help you get through
Someone that you love.
that segment. Someone that you love.
That you love.
But yeah, it's always fun, always fun. Audio's really hard, but they work really hard to get it done well, and we got to thank them for it, because they make us sound good.
Yeah, that's true. Now let's go to Jackie with another episode of In the Spotlight.
Hi, I'm Jackie Myers, and this is In the Spotlight. Twilight star Robert Pattinson is officially off the market. After dating British singer FKA Twigs for 6 months, he put a ring on it. That's right, the vampire heartthrob is now engaged. The news comes after singer T-Pain spilled the beans, telling the pop culture website Vulture the musician may not be able to contribute to his new album because she's engaged now. People magazine confirms the engagement despite T-Pain's later tweet that said the slip of the tongue was an April Fool's prank. We wish Robert the best. Spike TV's newest show, Lip Sync Battle, premiered last week, and needless to say, it was epic. The show itself was inspired by a reoccurring segment on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. It's hosted by rapper LL Cool J and model Chrissy Teigen. The show pins two celebrities against each other in a lip sync battle. The season premiere featured Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon and Fast and Furious star Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Each lip-synced and danced to two songs before the lip-sync battle champion was named. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson won this time, but knowing Jimmy Fallon and his competitive nature, we're sure to see him in the near future. Red Nose Day is coming. Are you ready? The UK biannual charity event is coming to the US this year. Red Nose Day is a campaign dedicated to raising money for children and young people living in poverty by simply having fun and making people laugh. Tons of celebrities are getting involved, including Sam Smith, John Legend, Christina Aguilera, Jane Lynch, and more. If you want to get involved and help raise money, you can either watch the live 3-hour special on NBC and call in and donate, or you can purchase a Red Nose at Walgreens, the campaign sponsor. For more information, check out rednoseday.org. For In the Spotlight, I'm Jackie Myers.
Thank you, Jackie.
So, one of your favorite shows, Lip Sync Battle.
It is a very good show. I really like it.
I've seen it a couple times, and I've seen some funny segments with it. I've seen Common put on a wig and just be totally crazy and just really goofy, and John Legend kill it as well. But what do you think about the show? What was one of your favorite performances, I guess I should say?
Still my favorite performance is, gosh, I am blanking on her name. She played the Princess Diaries. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her name either.
Can't think of her name. This is really... Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway
when she sang Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. She went all out, and she looked amazing, and it was hilarious. But it varies from show to show, though, about who they have.
It does. It really, really does. But now let's check out another episode of Let's Eat.
This week on Let's Eat, I decided to get some breakfast in the daytime and a little bit of dessert. So, let's eat. The 50s Diner is a themed restaurant that is located in the metro center of Peoria, Illinois, and a family-grown business.
Well, we started with my mother and father-in-law
They opened it, and then we came in and we helped them, and then eventually just all started working here. My wife works here, both my daughters, my 2 granddaughters.
Their tasty meals and variety of menu options is what makes this diner so unique.
We do a lot of breakfast, but we also do homemade meatloaf and different comfort foods. There's some days at lunch that's all we sell is breakfast. I mean, it's just amazing. At least 60% of our business is breakfast.
Not only does this diner offer breakfast anytime you want and funnel cake without having to go to the carnival, but it has an extra amenity that allows them to get everything they need all in one location.
We also have a gift shop attached to the diner, and my daughter runs it, and we sell purses and different lockets and stuff like that over there.
They are also very flexible with their menu items.
We'll do anything if it's not on the menu or whatever. If somebody comes and wants it, we'll make it. We don't. Just as long as we have the stuff here, we'll do whatever. We're just a good, fun, friendly family diner.
From Midstate Magazine, I'm Chardonnay Mason.
Thanks, Chardonnay. You know, Melody, as a college student, you really don't have too many opportunities to go and like get a nice breakfast. So I'm sure Chardonnay really loved being able to go there and get a hearty meal and talk about the place.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she has the best job right now in this, for our show.
Without a doubt. Easily.
I mean,
food.
if I could sit there and eat food and just talk about it and that be my job, I would do it. That just seems like the best job in the world for life. Seriously. Go to every single, I mean, I know everyone knows what Chipotle tastes like, but I would go to Chipotle and be like, this is a burrito, I'm gonna eat it, and it's fantastic, and I love this place.
Here's a question for you. If you could go to one country to try their food, what would it be?
Oh my God, this is so much. I just like all foods. You know, I would probably go to Italy. I really want to know what like original pizza tastes like.
Ooh, yeah, that would be interesting. I would love to go to Japan and get some fresh sushi. I think that would just be the most amazing thing in the world.
I didn't even think about sushi. That's my favorite too.
Gotcha.
But let's check out another episode of On the Beat.
Hi, I'm Anna Tassi with On the Beat. Flo Rida's newest EP, My House, was released just a week ago. This EP is Flo Rida's first release to feature original material since his last album, Wild Ones. Flo Rida released his lead single, GDFR, also known as Going Down for Real, in October. This song was produced and written by a collaboration of talented artists including Sage the Gemini, Pilo, DJ Frank E, and Lucas. GDFR was an international commercial success, reaching the top 10 in 9 countries, including number 3 on the UK singles chart and number 9 on the US Billboard Hot 100. My House features many great artists, including Robin Thicke, Verdon White, and Chris Brown. The 7-track extended play includes his latest singles, Once in a Lifetime, I Don't Like It, I Love It, and Here It Is. Flo Rida's hip-hop beats did not disappoint music enthusiasts. My House is the perfect soundtrack for your next party. For On the Beat, I'm Anna Tassi.
Thanks, Anna. So,
This is it.
This is it.
That was the last segment. This is our last opportunity to chit chat for Midstate. It's kind of weird.
It's weird. It's weird sitting here thinking like the semester has gone by so fast.
Yeah.
You're graduating.
I am going to.
I mean, best of luck to you.
I'm going to be a real person real soon.
A real person, because
really,
college
really
students aren't real until they have their diploma in their hand, and then you move back home with your parents and realize how sad you are. About your life.
Is my reality real soon. I mean, it's bittersweet though. I mean, I had a great time here at Bradley, and it's a fantastic school for anyone watching and considering maybe coming here. I couldn't say enough good things about it. But yeah, and now it's time to go on to the next thing. You know, I'm really excited to just be an adult and just get on with that part of life. Start a family one day.
Oh gosh.
You know, some children.
Someone starting a family now?
Well, not anytime soon. But you know, I have like 2.5 kids, you know what I mean? 2 kids and a dog, and do all those things. And so it's fun to kind of be at that point in my life. And you're a lot younger, so you still got plenty of partying left, right?
I guess I got enough party for 2 more years. I don't know. But studying, because studying is very important.
Yes, don't forget.
And grades are very important.
Watching at home. But yeah, but it's been great. The show's been great. Some of you all might not know, but our overall director of this place, Bob Jacobs, is leaving, and he is absolutely fantastic. He's the one that's been doing this for years and years and years. And he's the reason why all this has been possible, why the show is what it is. So,
None of us, we wouldn't be here without Bob. So
Yes.
all of this great production, all the great people, the skills that we have, we wouldn't be anywhere here at Bradley without Bob.
Yeah, I mean, and I've learned so much. He can be very picky about what he wants, and he can really be on your tail when something's not done correctly, but that's how you learn. And then that's what this is really all about. This is just a learning experience for us all, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
I wouldn't either. It's been a wonderful experience.
Yeah. So what do you got coming up after the semester?
Well, not much. I'll be interning and then I'm working because, you got to pay the bills.
Absolutely.
Exactly. But why don't you tell me about some of your favorite moments as a host?
Favorite moments as a host?
Because
okay.
I know mine.
You know yours without a doubt? I guess I'll let you start then. What is it?
When we sang the song about pizza, because pizza's one of my favorite foods.
That was kind of a disaster, but it was fun. I hope that you all enjoyed it back home.
I mean, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I think I'm a great singer, and that was on the spot. Just in case anyone was wondering, I did that on the spot. It wasn't pre-recorded, wasn't like written on my hands or anything.
Yeah?
That's how good I am.
You ready to give him an encore?
Sure.
I mean, I don't even remember what the song was like.
It was like, I really love pizza. Yes, I do. Da-na-na-na. All that sauce and cheese, yeah. And pepperoni too.
Whoa.
Yum.
She's amazing. Hire her, book her for talent. I'm not even sure. But that's all we have. Of course, we ended in goofy fashion. That is it for Midstate this year. I am your host, Ricky Hendon.
And I'm Melody Mercado. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next year.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.